Hi, this video is for MIP 302. My name is Catherine Gokinius, and today we'll be talking about the endospore and acid-fast stains. First, let's talk about the endospore stain. Let's start off by talking about what we will need. First, you'll need a slide, which to perform your stain. In your drawer, you'll find a staining tray, looking like this, a Bunsen burner, and a striker. Should be found all in your drawer. You will also find bacteria at your bench top and bilbus paper that you'll need later in your drawer, as well as malachite green, which is our primary stain for this staining technique. And we will need water. So first things first, before you turn on your flame, you need to make sure that the Bunsen burner is put together well, because we will be putting that upside down and you don't want fire to get everywhere. If you have a hard time striking, let your GTA know and they can help you, but turn on your gas and light your fire. Then you can take your slide, let's say this is already prepared with bacteria, it's already been dried and heat fixed on there for you, and you can place that in your staining tray. Note that it goes perpendicular to the rungs inside that staining tray. You want to remove anything that's flammable from the staining tray, including those little clothespins, and get your water handy, and you're going to pour an inch of water into the bottom of the staining tray. The reason we do this is to dilute some of our flammable stains that drip off into the pan. So as you can see, I'm adding malachite green to cover the entire slide. You don't want any of the slide showing, and if while you are steaming your slide it becomes dry, you can always add more. Ask your GTA where this is found in the room as well if you need more. But it'll look like that before you get started, completely covered. Then you're going to be careful and you're going to grab the bottom of your flame and you're going to go back and forth across the top. You might even want to adjust the height of that flame, because if it's really big, it might give you a few problems. And you can do that by turning the gas low. So as you can see, that's a more manageable flame. And you can take the bottom of your Bunsen burner and go back and forth across that slide. Periodically you can stop and then see if steam is rising from the slide. And that's when you know it's hot enough. We do not want it so hot that it boils, because that would be bad for your slide and glass can actually break. So as you can see, there's some steam rising from that slide, so I know that I'm doing it right, and you will continue to do that for 7 whole minutes as your procedure describes. As you can see, I'm adding some more malachite green because it was starting to get a little bit drier along the edges. So don't be afraid to add more. If it's looking like your tin's filling up, also let your GTA know, because we can get that dumped out for you. Now our decolorizer for this experiment is actually water. And so you're going to end up taking your water bottle and running it along the side to try and wash off as much malachite green as you can. Don't spray directly onto your slide because you can dislodge your bacteria. I like to use a paper towel to see if all the green is out, and once it is, what you can do is you can continue with your next step, which is adding our secondary stain. In this case it's safranin. And that is going to stain our vegetative cells, while malachite green is hopefully going to stain our endospores. Once you put the safranin on, you're going to wait 2 minutes And after that, you can wash off the safranin and you will be done with the Endospore stain. Your bulbous paper can be used to blot the slide dry so that there is no liquid on it. When viewing your slide at 1000x magnification, this is what you should see: green endospores and the pink vegetative cells that produce them. Some can be free-floating, while others can be found within the vegetative cells themselves before they become released and break out. Now let's talk about the acid-fast stain. The acid-fast stain is very similar in terms of procedure to the endospore stain, so we're just going to focus on some of the differences. The main differences are the primary, secondary, and decolorizer that are used, as well as the amount of time for the steaming and leaving on. Here I have our secondary stain, methyl blue, our decolorizer, which is an acid alcohol mix, and carpal fusion, which is our primary stain. This is what you put on first and you will do the steaming procedure for. This will be done for only 5 minutes compared to the 7 minutes of the endospore stain. Similarly, the secondary stain will only be left on for 1 minute, the methyl blue, versus 2 minutes for safranin. And when you're done, your stain should look something like this. Anything that is acid-fast positive will appear red, while anything that is acid-fast negative will appear blue. Certain bacteria require the acid-fast stain because they appear gram variable. Look in your lab manual for more information.